Folks, I think that one of the great truisms in all of sports, as some coaches say, mental toughness and mental skills will never guarantee a championship. There's other intangibles that we know very well that we need, not the least of which is talent. But as the saying continues, a lack of mental toughness is guaranteed to lose us a championship. It said that the mental is to physical as 3 is to 1. And there are some coaches that go a step further to say at the highest levels of sport, success is predicated around 90% plus on the mental components. If you could break apart the ultimate athlete, what would you see physically and what would you see mentally? Research says the following 9 things. And I want to go through these things very, very quickly and then take us through a very, very quick interactive exercise to discuss these things. If I may, I want to give you a phrase, a couple, 3 sentences, and then give you the take-home message for that sentence in terms of a framework to start these clutch skills for a team. Here's a couple, 3 sentences, and the take-home message is to follow. When you trace the roots of athletic greatness, I don't care if it's a great individual performance or a fantastic team performance. You will always find excellence in the same 4 areas every single time. And those 4 areas are called the 4 C's of peak performance. They stand for composure, concentration, confidence, commitment. Composure, concentration, confidence, commitment. So if I may, the take-home message, mental toughness equals 4 C's. As coaches, what are we doing to put the right words in our athlete's head? Now, it's not just as simple, just like imagery. It's not just as simple, folks, as saying just think something positive. Because in my field, and it's a true statement in all of sports, there is a law, and the law is called the law of dominant thought. It means that the mind and the body does not always distinguish between do and don't do. So what we want to do whenever we're in a clutch situation, we want 1 or 2 sentences that are like on autoplay. And they must be positive and realistic.
Hi, Brendan Suhr, president of Off the Court Inc. and founder of Coaching You Live, a tremendous coaching clinic held each summer in Orlando. I want to talk to you a little bit about a dear friend of mine and one of the people that's really been instrumental in some things we've been doing the last couple of years, and that's Spencer Wood. Spencer Wood, just flat out to tell you, 2 years ago, my partner, Kevin Eastman, assistant coach of the Boston Celtics, and I were at a clinic at the University of Florida. We heard Spencer make a presentation from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock at night to 45 coaches. He captivated everyone in the room. The thing that made it more incredible was this was after 12 hours of learning by all of us. We were flat out tired, and we were ready to go home. Little did we know at the time that Spencer had just finished a 2.5-hour program with the University of Florida basketball team and was coming in right from there to talk to our group of coaches. When I finished listening to Spence, I turned to Kevin Eastman and said, in my 38 years of learning basketball, that's the most impactful thing I've ever heard in coaching. Immediately that night, I hired him for every event that Kevin Eastman and I have done over the last 2 years. Bring him in to work with our teams. He now works with NBA teams, college teams. His ability on mental toughness and mental skill training is unsurpassed. Any job, any team I'm associated with, he is an integral part of what we're going to do because he understands how to get athletes in any sport, women's lacrosse, women's soccer, men's baseball, I don't care what the sport is, he understands how to get people to perform. And he does it with what I call soft hands. It's all about confidence, it's about poise under pressure, getting your people to lead and to play with great consistency, and most importantly, to breathe life into the teammates on the team. Do yourself a favor, do what Kevin and I did. Hire Spencer Wood to come in, work with your student athletes and your coaches. Be one of the best investments and coaching decisions you ever made. Thanks.